It should save on here. Okay. Hey everyone, so we are live. I'm hoping you can hear us. If you can't hear us, send us a chat in there's a live chat. You should be able to ask us questions. So we've always done this on Zoom, and so it's our first time trying it on YouTube.
I'm like, where is everything at?
So hopefully we can give us a little bit of grace on how to do this. So I'm Lori Derrickson, and
I'm Kayleen Zabadek.
And so we are in Colorado, and so we are this is our second year here in real estate. And our full year, and we're almost each going to do 300,000 this year is what we're kind of projecting with our clients that we do have. And so we are just going to kind of talk to you. I know some of you are interested in like maybe how we did that, what our specialty is. And so we're just going to kind of give an overview of what that looks like for you and maybe what we've done.
So Lori and I, we had gotten into real estate. From day one, we've always done it together. I come from a background of building and houses. I grew up, my parents were builders. My husband was in construction. I did property management before kids. And I said, I've always wanted to go to real estate school. And Lori said, me too. So we were already working together. We knew that we would have a good working relationship. And Lori came from a background of, they lived abroad for a while, and she did a lot of online she ran a kids clothing online. And so she was very knowledgeable about all of the different social media platforms. I refused them for a long time. And she said, we have to do this. And so we started with video marketing from pretty much day one. We've jumped around on a couple different platforms. We have a presence in really all platforms. So Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Pinterest. We have like a profile on LinkedIn.
Yeah, not too much. But yeah, so we really dig into the video marketing, and we're going to kind of show you today maybe how we did that, and also the reasons like why we decided video marketing was the way to grow our business, especially as newer agents who don't have a lot of, we had our sphere of influence, but we're not going to have a lot of repeat business when you haven't sold a house before. No one's going to sell their house 6 months later after you just sold them their initial house. And so I always thought, from video marketing was a way that people can know who you are. You don't have to cold call. Like when we do our video marketing and people call us, they're going to use us. I think we've lost like 2 clients because for whatever reason,
not a personality match or whatever.
Right. And so it's, they already know us. And so it's been super great because I do not want to cold call and I do not want to door knock. If that's your thing.
Door knocking once.
Yeah.
And we were like, no.
What was his name? Like Vladimir or something like that. I remember.
It was quite awkward, but yeah. I guess video marketing for me, it was just a little unnerving, I guess, to just have that presence. Like it's weird. You're sitting here talking to a computer, or talking into your phone. I do think with COVID, we've all had to learn to somewhat overcome that. Lori and I, we dedicated a space, like we're here in our YouTube studio here in Lori's house. We had to get the right lighting. We don't always get a film in the studio, but the more you do it, the more you get comfortable with it. And the more you understand why you're doing the video marketing and who's watching you and what they're needing, the easier it is to present what you're offering. They're clicking on here, you're here for a reason, and we hope you find some value in what we share with you today. So,
and I guess our why was Zillow is, that swear word in real estate is Zillow.
Lori's favorite.
I do. I'm like, what? And so, Zillow is going to be our competitor, whether we like it or not. And more sites, if it's not Zillow, it's going to be a site like Zillow. And so how best do you get to your clients and get in front of them before they go to Zillow and click on that link that says, show me a house, and some Zillow realtor pops up and it's not you. Real estate will always be about relationships, but it's going to be, getting in front of them before they even get to Zillow. And that's why I love what we do. And that's why we're successful at what we do, is because before they even get to Zillow or searching on a home, they're searching an area they want to live in. Guess who pops up? Kayleen and I pop up, and they start watching all of our videos and they get to know us. Like they'll call and say, they text us, they call us and they'll say, hey, you have that. They'll tell me what car I have. They'll tell me where I'm from. They'll tell me.
It's kind of weird.
They ask me what chapstick I use. Like it's just.
That was a weird one.
And I'm just like, well, I don't know. Anyways, they do. They
pay more attention than you think.
Right. And they feel like they know us, which is great.
But
I love that piece of it.
I do think that specifically is, first of all, I think in video marketing, you have to find your platform. And the different platforms are there for different reasons. There's short content and there's long content. We do dabble in all of it, but we have found that our forte and the most success we've had is with long content. And the best platform that we've found useful is YouTube.
Yeah.
For the long content.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why, like Lori touched on it, but people are going to YouTube not looking for real estate agents. So you have to make sure you're naming your videos and tagging things the correct way, but they're going on there to find out what's the weather like in Colorado. We've had extreme fires this year, and I was just looking at our thumbnail. Why is it so hazy outside? Things like that that are not necessarily about real estate, but we definitely put our real estate plug in there. And I think that's something along the journey of video marketing that Lori and I have really learned is how and what the flow is for when you're creating the content. You have to tell your audience what to do. They won't just do it.
Right.
So maybe we can
talk about that, like how we script it out. But the part that, when we talk about is we don't have anything to sell you. I don't have a course. We don't have anything. We just really love helping other agents kind of boost we're in education. We have families to support. And I love knowing that I can give back by helping other agents throughout the country, really grow their business. And we do it for free. Like, that's the beauty of it. We don't have any overhead. We do dabble, and we're starting to dabble a little bit with YouTube ads. We just started last week. And kind of playing with that. But for the most part, all of our video marketing is 100% free. We don't pay for it.
Yeah.
And that is like for us as like newer agents where I don't have 100, like we were just at a conference and an agent spent $100,000 a month
on leads
from Google ads and everything. And I'm like, that's a lot of work.
Well,
that's a lot of work you got to put in there.
I would like to capitalize on that. Like, the bot ads are totally different type of lead than what we're getting. So we've done Facebook ads before. Like I've said, we've tried, I think, pretty much everything there is out there as far as ads, spending money, types of videos, and the quality of lead that we are getting off of video marketing is not comparable to any other platform,
right?
And type of lead. So we get calls and texts and emails literally every day, sometimes a lot of times multiple a day. And they already want to work with us. They already have done the interviews. They're already reaching out to us. Like, they've listened to our steps that we've put out for them in our videos, and they're ready to go. They're ready to shop.
Yeah.
And so all Lori and I are doing is either closing the deals or handing them off to our team to close them for us. And we've had to kind of learn how, without handing off the lead, how to make our agents with us in our organization, part of us. And so that was a growing pain, but we had to figure it out really quick.
And I will just say, there's a live chat. If you guys have questions, feel free to write them in there. I did pop in our phone number if you want to text us any questions, because sometimes by area and your different parts of your real estate business, different levels. We also put in our YouTube channel that drives most of our business is Colorado Springs, What's Going On, if you want to check that out and kind of see how we formulate our videos. And we'll talk about how that works a little bit. We have a Facebook group called Just Finest Agents. If you wanted to join that, you can subscribe to our channel, and we will be doing these every other week. We're going to talk today about the no-cost lead generation and how we've really established our video marketing. And next week, we're going to go into our virtual systems of how we do it and how we pay other people to do it for us. And that's the beauty
no
of
cost.
it. We each have 3 kids, and time is of essence. And so we know where our priorities lie a little bit. And so we actually do a lot of virtual systems as well to help put all that in place. And then we only touch it once, and then it kind of goes from there. So we're going to kind of talk about that next week. And we also have a team of agents who, we help mentor, and we kind of get on and do a roundtable discussion. And they're all part of our team across the country. And we hop on every other week with them, and we kind of have, it's more of a Zoom conversation as far as that goes, as far as,
Like
what are your
tables.
ideas, what's working, what's not working. And the way we've helped agents grow their business is amazing. But I will also say with video marketing, I know it's hard to get on that video and start videoing yourself and seeing it. There's a few, I'm like, Kayleen, just post it. I don't even want to see what I look like. Just post it. I don't even want to see it. Because if you sit there and you want perfection, like this is our first time actually doing a YouTube live. And I'm like, we're just going to try it. It's not going to be perfect the first time you do it. It's just not. And you're going to look back at those videos and say, but think about it. Every time you go to a listing presentation, it's what you look like. You're live there.
Well, and it's really the beauty of, I think at first social media was so new and everybody was posting all of their highlights of their life. Nobody posts about if they got fired, if they, all of these bad things happen. It's kind of like a highlight reel. And I do think that is something that we just have to accept, that the more real and the more you can be on video marketing, the more people you will attract that are like you.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to put on this facade that you're, we always talked about this. There's many different kinds of real estate agents. There's an ass for every seat. And so if you are a complete numbers person, that's great. That's what you want to put on your video marketing content. If you are more about, staging the home and you love to design and show how houses flow, that's what you would present on there. But there definitely is a science behind why it works. And that's what really Lori is a guru at.
Yeah, I do love that. So we'll talk about video marketing, and we obviously love YouTube because it's just an organic channel that's really helped grow our business, but we also utilize it in a lot of other ways as well. We use HomeBot. If you're not using HomeBot, it's a great tool. So once you close a deal, we sign our clients up for HomeBot, and we also send them a video message once through a month. Through, there's even actually a way you can do it now directly through HomeBot. And they just see you and we're like, here's your market update. Because no one really wants to know our market update, but they want to see us. And, we can actually have a conversation with them through HomeBot, and they actually check it. Like if you look at the analytics of HomeBot, your clients, your past clients will check it.
You can tell who's clicking on it and how long they're watching for.
Right. We also do, through our virtual systems, we hire and we do, they actually take our YouTube videos and they take them and they clip them out into 60 seconds and they'll throw them into Pinterest. Pinterest video, if you look at the analytics of Pinterest video hits, it's way higher than a still image. So they'll take the 60 seconds and they'll clip it into 60 seconds and they'll throw it into our Pinterest, and then also throw it into our Facebook stories, our Instagram stories, actually our Instagram, and they'll see the videos of us. And so again, they're getting to see more of us interacting with them from the content we've already created. So we've created the content once, and then we have someone strip it down and they'll throw it into Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I mean, the platforms that you can throw that into automatically is amazing.
So seamless for Lori, but I have to say, she would come to me and she would say, I'm going to start doing Pinterest too. I was like, we cannot fit in more filming. And what we've honed in on is like what Lori touched on, like we will film like one whole day. And then we've taken that one clip and extracted data for podcasts. We've extracted from that same video, the shorts, Pinterest. It draws back to our website. So we get a lot of traction through our website. But take that content that you're creating and use it in as many ways as possible. And if you can understand that big picture of who your audience is, that's what you talk about,
right,
in your content. It's not about your listing. It's not about the home buying process and appraisals. It's bigger than that.
And you would think people on YouTube, I always thought they were going to be like 22. And I have had some 22-year-olds call and ask me like what club they should go to. I'm like, lady, your kids, I don't know. I'm like 40 years old. I don't know what club you should go to right now, but I can help you buy a home someday. But so it's just kind of interesting the level of client you got. I think our price
we have
point,
a lot of retired people that reach out to us.
but our average price point last year was, we were in the 200s, I think. In Colorado Springs, our average is about 480-ish. But we would get clients who were like, okay, they're FHA. They're like, we would beg, borrow, and steal to get them into a house.
Sell a kidney.
Yeah. But now it's coming into where our clients, I would say our average price point is around 700,000. We've had clients reach out and they're like, I'm looking to do, 1.2 million. And so it is amazing that if you're going to use video marketing and I don't dress in a suit, we don't wear pearls, like we don't drive fancy cars. We're just like us on the videos, and people for some reason like gravitate towards it and get to know us, and they're high priced, high level clients than you would be from just doing Facebook targeting ads.
Yep.
Because that's what we used to do. We used to do retarget Facebook video retargeting on Facebook, which is fine. We got a ton of leads and we'd follow up with it. And
the
it helped us
leads,
initially.
though, I would say the Facebook leads that we were getting from paid ads, their emails, they are, Lori would generate the leads. I would take them over. They were so hard to convert.
I mean, like, here, go
it
talk to
was
these people.
like, I don't know. They need credit repair. And, these are the difference of leads from putting yourself out there on video marketing is you control what you're asking your audience to do. You are telling them, give us a call, sign up in down below with our Zoom link. We'll get on a video with you and talk through what the process of moving to Colorado looks like. I will say, like, you can't just get on and video. There is the science behind it.
You got to script it out.
You have to script it out, and not script.
Don't read it.
You have to have a flow to how you're doing it. So should we give them a
so we're like,
we'll pretend right now. So usually I do what we call a snappy start. So we'll say, hey, you clicked on this link because you want to see what 600,000 can get you here in Colorado Springs. Stay tuned to the very end. You aren't going to want to miss. We have a fantastic home at the very end.
And then we hired someone virtually for like $50 to make a little script for us, like a little intro video. It was like $50. There's nothing fancy and expensive. Like we don't have production crews.
We went to a coffee shop for like 10 minutes and had them shoot video.
And Kayleen fell on her scooter, but
I hurt my wrist.
But we do that. So that was $50 for us to get an intro, which we use for every single one of our videos.
So then it's kind of our intro is kind of our commercial. It has some funny music on there, and it just shows our real estate company. And then Lori goes into her spiel, and this is very important.
Right.
This part.
If you don't do like the call, the script, no matter if you're on any platform, whether we actually TikTok's another one, we have the same videos thrown into TikTok. But if you don't have a call for action, which is I'm kind of like working with, is how to get that call for action into those short film or those short segment clips, they won't. You would think that they would know to do, but they don't. And so you have to say, hey, this is Lori and Kayleen, your Colorado's finest realtors here in Colorado. We push out a ton of new content each Tuesdays and Thursdays. Make sure you hit that subscribe button or that bell.
That's your call to action.
Don't miss a single thing. We have people reaching out to us all the time. We love it. We love doing these videos, but we love making Colorado Springs your home even more. Give us a call, a text anytime, 719-639-3393.
And
so you can tell we've done it a few times.
At the very first.
Do you remember the first couple times we did it?
It took us, I think, like
awful.
10 times to get it all the way through. And then, I mean, the next thing that I would say you have to do is stay consistent. I know we've all heard it, but we put out videos every Tuesday and Thursday, and it totally amazes me that we will get a call Tuesday at noon, and they'll say, we just got finished watching your video from Tuesday. You said to call us, so that's what we're doing. I'm like, really? Okay.
I feel like Kayla, we're out of videos, and she's like, oh, but I'm like, let's just get it done.
Yeah,
like we have to
it
reserve
works.
it.
Totally
we
works.
Crank them out, and once you start doing it, and you can use that video for all different platforms. If YouTube isn't your thing, guys, that's fine, but use it on other platforms because people want to know you. If it's the same house and like you're clicking it, they don't know you. You're the same realtor as the other 10,000 realtors in your city.
And they know that
exactly
house is
the same.
gone.
And I don't care who you are, what race, ethnicity, poor, rich, whatever. if you're yourself, they're going to love that. Like that was kind of
Mhm.
amazing to me to figure out. I'm like,
We
wait, I'm
have
just like
a-
this
We have
40-year-old
an
mom.
agent who we
Town
talk
Springs.
with, and he goes by Disney
Oh,
Mike.
yeah, Mike. That's right.
He is
He's great.
an older gentleman who loves Disney, and he has like
Kills it.
millions of viewers.
Nerdy guy.
He
Sorry,
just
Mike.
found his people, and he
Yeah.
does it well. Like you don't have to be anything you are not.
Yeah. And so, you know, one of our next videos that we're going to do for Just is going to be like just behind the scenes of our analytics. Like what other platform or what other way can you get just in a YouTube alone? Like not talking about Pinterest and Facebook and Instagram, which we use the same content for, and they strip it for us we'll go into they strip it for us. They strip it down. But you know, in the last 6 months alone, I just wrote it down. We have over 67,000 views on Facebook for free. Oh, that's our other part is how do we do it for free? So what happens is we have lenders that we love and we're like, hey, listen, we're doing all this work for you. When clients reach out, guess whose number we give them is our loan officer. So we have 2 to 3 loan officers who know what we do and know.
And we had to branch out to 2 or 3. We started with 1, and it literally was too many leads for one lender to handle. That's what I was pulling up here.
And just use a lender that you already have a relationship with and you already are kicking clients to, because you know, you don't have to come up with 67,000 views and leads every day in order to get that initial person to help sponsor you. So we have, you know, probably like $2,000 a month coming in that we use for all of our video marketing that we don't pay for.
And then we use a virtual assistant to do all of our editing.
Yes. And so so if you want to join us next week, 2 weeks from now, we do every other Tuesday.
We'll talk about that.
We're going to talk about specifically how we use virtual systems to automatically have this stuff flow. And so it's not us doing all the video editing. It's not us cropping it and putting it into all these platforms. They actually have someone who does a blog for us. She takes our videos, she puts them into a blog. She throws them on our website. She actually takes those and she creates pins, and she takes those same pins and she throws them on Pinterest. And I don't do any of it. So that is the part that
and it all stems from the video that we created. So we have morphed into more of an automated system. You know, we started out just making these videos and we were like, let's use them as much as we can. And what we've really honed in on is taking that one piece of content and using it in a handful of different ways. I would say 7, 8 different ways from one video. Yeah. I just pulled up since January from just our video marketing leads, we have over 133 leads that we've collected and that are not bogus. You know, they could be in our pipeline, but that's a lot of leads for 8 months of videos.
Yeah. So, I mean, and I see there's some questions coming in. We'll get to those here in a second, but like over 7,000 hours of people watching our content for free. And so that is just in and of itself, like so valuable. And that's kind of what we talk to the agents who we team up with across the country, and we kill it in real estate because people know who we are. And so we help agents take their business from where they're at to the next level with, you know, video marketing. And it's not, we don't have fancy producers. Like I think people think that we have to pay all this money in order to do it, in order to be organic and to reach people. And we don't. And it's just kind of, I think it's like the next wave of real estate. Like if you're not getting into the video marketing, if you're not doing that, I feel like you're going to fall behind a little bit, and not to scare everyone. And I could be completely wrong, but I do feel like this is the next way to get yourself into real estate and get your business and get in front of some of those other companies that we all know of.
Well, and if you're a numbers person, you know, I don't know if you're buying, I know in Colorado Springs, if you're buying Zillow leads for a good zip code, that's $7,000 a month. We pay $0. And so, you know, if you're a numbers person and you're just crunching numbers, how many houses do you have to sell for that overhead?
I was thinking about that lady for
100,000
sells so many houses and so many
and
work
so then
hours.
She had that particular agent she had 12 agents and 8 admin, and we ran the numbers one time with average home prices. No wonder why she has a criteria for all of the agents on her team to sell X amount of houses, or she looks for somebody new. You would have to if you have
If you have
overhead.
that overhead
of
budget, it's
100,000 a
crazy.
month.
I just don't get why people do it nowadays. Like when
That's-
there's so many other avenues at your disposal to, grow your real estate business organically and for free, basically. Tara asked, who do you hire to strip my stripping down my videos? So we hire, it's called Upwork if you want to look it up. And it took us a few times to find someone on there who would do it and do it for, we paid like $30 a video, you guys. We produce probably 12 videos a week.
But
we have
then we
other
collect
platforms
the
now.
money from our lender to pay for that.
Right. So she does everything and we drop them into a Google Drive folder. I share the Google Drive folder with her. It took like a month, of training,
Yes.
I don't know what the right word is, but kind of showing her the flow we wanted. But
Mhm.
I guarantee right now I drop a folder. This morning I woke up to 3 new videos and she knows how to run with it.
It is so Upwork is a platform where people
It's like Fiverr.
it's like Fiverr, and anybody who does that type of work can have like a virtual business on there, and you can hire them to do certain things. So you can search on there like blog writing,
They did our
or
whole
video
website.
editing, or podcast intro, or whatever, and you can find virtual assistants to do that at a fraction of the cost of using
And it's good
a
quality.
professional. That's a thing.
She does a great job.
I was just showing my husband's cousin. He was here this weekend and he was like, "Your videos are good." I said, "Yeah." I mean, they're good quality. We have invested, how much money do you think in equipment? Maybe
Well,
a
we've
couple
tried a lot of
thousand?
different things, but really, you guys, we use my iPhone. This is what
We
we
use
use
the iPhone.
every day. Is we use my iPhone.
And like in the studio, we did purchase 2 lights just because logistically the best lighting is outside if you have a decent sunny day. And then we call them fuzzy.
I think Fuzzy's in my car.
We have little mics, and they're Rode mics, and they just go into your phone and it's a little fuzzy, and we just talk into
Yeah.
our phone.
And we have a selfie stick we use sometimes, but it really is like, I would think you need an iPhone, 2 light sets if you're inside, especially in the winter.
And a microphone.
It's like a Rode mobile mic with the little wind thing on it. We do have like a stand to put it if we were talking into like a stand to put the iPhone in. But that's really
That
it,
was
guys.
it.
That's all you need to start out with. And we still don't have anything. I know other people will talk about how they have studios and something fancy. And so far, we just haven't found the need for it because we feel that people really, it's just organic and people want to see who
and
we
Lori
are.
and I are busy. And so if it's not easy, we can't commit to it. And so what we've found is what works for us. And if we have this studio set up and we do certain things here, and a lot of our videos, Lori and I try to get out into our community and actually show the people watching it. I think that that's also what they love about it.
Yeah, we'll capture, like we have a Facebook group as well called Colorado Springs What's Going On. And we have a transaction coordinator who messages all of them and says, "Hey, thanks for joining." And so we're almost at 7,000 subscribers on our local Facebook group. And so once a month, we go out to a business who we have like this connection who just sets up that appointment for us. We go video it. They give away, not us, but they give away $25 to do that. And then that Facebook group just runs itself. And that's for like local people. So I would say YouTube is more, or our other platforms like TikTok, Instagram is more for clients who are in a different area of this country. We do a lot of virtual shopping for our clients. And so that's more virtual for people who are moving out of the country. And our Facebook group, which kind of now runs itself a little bit, is for people who are in our city.
Yep.
So Clearwater, what social platform is producing the most for you? Definitely YouTube. We have it, and then I think
Although
do capture 'em.
I have to say, so we have our YouTube channel. People are watching all these videos. And then we do mention our Facebook group for locals in the videos, and our transaction coordinator, when they join the group, follows up with that email. If they are reaching out with the direction of our YouTube, they respond back to that message on Facebook and they'll say, "We've been watching your videos and we're still a couple months out. What can we start?" And so I have to say it's kind of nice to have that presence and have a system down to touch base with them and ask for them to respond to you everywhere. But by far, YouTube is where we get our leads.
I just feel like we kind of circle them. Like we use KB Core, and we can send them videos through that once they even if they're renting, we'll grab them if they're renting and we'll hashtag them into our KV Core
Mm-hmm.
and set up a campaign with some video things of, so we don't lose them. And so it's just
Yep.
setting those systems in place. And so, one, it flows automatically for you. And number two, YouTube is probably the top, like our center of our sphere, but we also, if they go off that center part, then I know I'm not really good at describing this, but we'll capture them. This is our sphere.
Okay.
We'll capture them, whether that's Facebook, Instagram, video marketing, through email, like through HomeBot. So there's different ways that people engage. They'll go to our website and they can sign up on our website. We'll capture them they'll sign up as a new IDX user.
Uh-huh.
So different ways that we capture them once they jump off our platform possibly. But YouTube by far, as far as like your reach, if you're consistent, is probably our best producer.
And at first, we just kind of had to dabble and try to keep up and say, if we're directing them here, how do we do this? And then when we got to the point where we couldn't fit anymore in our day, then that's when we would offload it to transaction coordinator, virtual assistant, where we have different team members now that we're also passing leads to, because we just physically can't make it to all of our leads.
Yeah. So
Preston asked, what equipment is the bare minimum to make a good video? Is iPhone good enough? Absolutely.
all you need is an iPhone and outdoors.
I have
if
to
you're starting.
say sound is a big deal.
It is. So
Get the mic. It's a Rode mic. It's on Amazon, and it just looks like this little lightning cable, aux cord, and then a little furry ball. We call it fuzzy.
yeah,
I don't know
super
what the
tech,
real name is.
super tech. But that's one way we do
Selfie
it. So,
stick, if you're by yourself, would be helpful.
yeah. So those are the questions. And so like I said, this week we're kind of talking about the video marketing, and guys, make sure if you guys want to, we'd love it if you would subscribe to our channel. If you want to join our Facebook group, that's another way to stay in contact with us. If we can help you grow your business and you want us to kind of pick apart where you're at, I put a link in the chat to also a Calendly link for us, and you can sign up and we can actually see where you guys are at and kind of talk to you about how we would, go from there if we were where you're currently at with your business. You can text us anytime. Our number's in the chat. We just, like we said, we've helped agents all over the country, like double their business.
Mhm.
And, I guess we were both in education before, and people are like, it's such a give back profession as far as teaching education. And I feel like in real estate, we've been able to give back,
Yeah.
and knowing that we've helped agents like be able to provide for their family and not have to live paycheck to paycheck and not worry about when their next deal is coming in has been such a rewarding part of our job. And that's kind of why we do it. Like I said, I don't have a course to sell you. Wish I had one, but I don't.
I think when we first started doing it, we were even nervous to tell people what we were doing. We're like, if they know what we're doing and they see we're doing well, why would we share that? And the beauty is that there's a lot of people who do social media and a lot of people that don't do it correctly. Like if you have a page and you think that's enough, it's not. And so I really do think that there's enough business to go around. We have about 5,000 agents in Colorado Springs. There's maybe 3 or 4 that do YouTube with us. We're taking that many clients who are clicking and divide it by the 5 of us. We're all eating well. So
Right.
plenty of business to go around.
And we also help agents who are like second career agents, since that's what we did. We both were, like I said, in different careers before this, and we knew that real estate was something we always wanted to do. And so, hey, let's jump in and try it. We help agents, like we pay for their classes to help get them going. So it really is something that we really do enjoy doing. So next week, we're going to do virtual systems.
Well, no, not next week.
Not next week.
I was just looking at
no,
that.
not next week.
So we're going to try to do this roundtable type of discussion every second and fourth Tuesday of the
Right.
month. And we will go ahead. We're going to send invites, right?
So we'll send you out a reminder that we're going to do virtual systems in 2 weeks, not next week. And we'll kind of talk about actually how we automate all of our process and what systems we use. We kind of started getting into it today,
Yep.
but we'll show you how to do that without having to spend and touch it every single time. Because if you have to do that, time is money. I'd rather go yell at my teenage
and I
children.
think at this point, since our topic too was zero cost, I will say, so we have 3 lenders now paying. We do a ton of videos. We have a couple different channels now. And each of our lenders pays us $750 a month. And so that covers, we could charge more. The last lender we asked if she wanted in on it, because we kept feeding her business. She has one of our $1 million clients right now. So she's thankful. But she said, is that all? Like, she was surprised. So I think
we probably could ask for more.
We probably could ask for more, but we just feel that if it's no cost lead generation, that's good enough for us. So
So we're excited about where our business is going. It's super, we love it. So I don't know if other people might think we're crazy. They probably do, but but we do. We love it. And if we can help you in any ways or you have questions, feel free to reach out. That's what we're here for. And just let us know. But we will see you in 2 weeks. And if you want to use that Calendly link or ask us any questions, feel free to text us. It is us that answers our phone. I know we've thought about pushing that out as well, but it is us that answers our phone.
Yep.
We like that personal touch of it. So we hope this was valuable to you guys. Can't do it in Washington State. We need to be co-branding for it to be legal. There is some things around that, but we can also talk to you about that a little bit. I don't know how that works exactly, but we use it. There's other ways to do it. But anyways, if you guys have, because we have a couple other clients who do it that way, but in other states. So I get that there's sometimes blending laws around that, but you could kind of look at that. Anyways, we will get back to that later. We'll hope to see you guys in 2 weeks. Any questions before then, feel free to reach out, and we appreciate you guys joining us for our first live YouTube video.
Bye.